Why, hello, everybody. As you can see, I'm in a new space. I moved where I'm at, and it's going to give me more space for my soul play. And I'm excited today because have been preparing content for a class that I am creating surrounding preparation for entering into your own soul play. So, for instance, um, you might be a great meditator, or you might like to sit down and create stories with yourself. Whatever your kind of soul play is, there's some really good considerations to have for preparation for entering in that will make your experience even more fantabulous. Yes. So I was in the middle of creating that, and I just thought, you know what, I need to check in with my guides here. And my guides are pretty fabulous, as you might know, and my expansiveness of like who and how I'm talking to them is increasing, if that makes any sense. And what came through was really beautiful, because the topic that I'm first covering is space, and what space is and how it can serve us as we prepare for our soul play. So I had written a lot and have written a lot, but I wanted to check in. So I'm going to read what they said about this, and you'll get an idea of how channeling comes in and how interactive it really is. Because sometimes people think, oh, you go into some kind of a state and there isn't all this interaction. Sometimes that's how it is for people. But for me, it can become very interactive, this play between me and my guides. So they came in really strong this time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read through it, and then I'll comment as I go along. But as they came in this time, it was really strong, and it was directly through my third eye. A lot of times they'll come in from this side or this side, and it's kind of been opening the front of my energetic body and in my forehead. And so this time they came through the third eye in the center of the forehead. And it was really, really distinct. So here is how it goes. I'm going to read this. And as these two aspects have come together, they have used a term called the collective, that they're talking through. And here we go. So, Gwen, we are the collective. You are hearing our many voices. Be mindful and aware that this does not overpower you, for now we speak through the third eye itself. I'm trying to see how I can manage this, have this open and do it. So this is an experiment, you guys. So if I'm getting any chats, I might not be able to see them. I apologize. When I see them, then awesome. So it says, for now we are speaking through the third eye itself. You will be lit up and information travel across the front of your forehead as you are feeling. I'm sorry. I'm opening this. This has turned out to be much more awkward than I thought it would be. Here we go. As you are feeling, this is a new way of connecting. And now you feel the connecting above in the negative realm. So I was feeling it up the center, going up. But it was this kind of spatial feeling. Like sometimes you'll feel like, a column of light or a cord of light. Felt like I was feeling in the middle of it, the space of it. So that was really cool. As in the space which holds the light or allows the light to have shape. So it's saying the space allows the light to have shape and form. Yes, this is a part of the use of what we call polarity to shape and identify time and space. These are things that will become more apparent and present to you as you are initiated in many ways. Do not be afraid. We will guide you through this and will ascend the stairs, so to speak, to help guide you up. Your questions have been heard and they will be answered in time. For now, we wish you to join us. Take our hand and imagine you stepping up, up, up. As you do so, you are also stepping down, 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 and widening the experience of what you are. The interesting point of this is that what you will perceive is happening is what you focus your attention to or invest in as your location at the moment. This opening into the 5D realm is an acknowledgement of your expansion and self along all levels. Now you see this as a ring, a circle, which you feel is your expression of you. So I've been looking at myself as this ring, the center point of expression of me. And I've been playing with this idea of me as this ring. And then they say, you ask if the term lens is appropriate. We would say not so, but that may be used and understood as a part of your mechanism. So the term lens, which I use when I talk about the mechanism of the body-mind complex, is more appropriate. They're saying when I speak of that. Now, if you perceive this is you in this circular form, then you may see that at the central point is a forming of a shape, a prism or refractor of light. This refractor of light itself is also in another realm, the generator or the generation of light. So housed in one is the generation and the refraction. These parts are separated in order for you to experience reality as you know it. This is the separation which many speak of, and how this density is created so heavily in the dark. We say this in a relative term. We say this to point to the fact that the light and the wavelengths here enter into the space on the spectrum, which may be interpreted as dark, and thus take on a solidified form. This solidified form is an advantageous design as long as we see it for what it is, a tool of our expression. This expression and experience is what we are here for, and each individual is allowed to play and move within this sphere in order to experience as they wish. As with any form or game, we play within the parameters we set for ourselves and create as the game to be. Okay, let me read that again. As with any form or game, we play within the parameters we set for ourselves and create as the game to be, and we play within the game to shift and change it to our liking and consideration. Okay, this is making sense. I was sitting there reading it and I'm like, how can I help you guys see the context of this? So we're feeling, or I'm feeling like this huge expanse. I'm seeing this on a huge level. Since I've ascended these stairs and I've descended these stairs, I'm open in this huge way and I'm looking into the play of me being here on earth in this single body. And they're saying in order for us to be, we are using these wavelengths of light to, one, create solidified form, and they will be talking about the space that is used in order to do that. But they're now talking about our choice and how we can move through choice and how we move through choice as we play in this world of expression and light and dark and space. So here we say, and we play within the game to shift and change it to our liking and consideration. There are many considerations which are a part of this, but ultimately we play in a way which brings glory, expanse, and balance to all, thus continuing the allowance for further play and expression to be had. Thus, life is in support of life itself. And thus, we clear up the adage or attitude that the universe is not a loving place or space. Be aware of the world that you play in. Be aware that we get to look upon the space we play in the context of what that space is. The small mind cannot grasp the movement of the universe and the vastness of creation playing out on this scale. It cannot see the holding that is here in order for life to know itself. And in this space, we have had much success in life coming to know itself. There is much life blooming in many ways and realms here, and as this earth is in this expansive experience, it too is a part of this blooming of life in this space we have prepared. Now, as they talk about this, I'm here imagining, and this is the sense I get, it's like we're in this vacuum, in this space that has been prepared for us to be in. And I'm seeing into this, all of this life that's allowing and getting to bloom and open and become aware of itself and live and express itself, right? But this space has been prepared, and ultimately, as a part of its inherent design is the desire for expansion. And I think that's what they next come into and talk about. Okay, space is an important aspect of life, being able to live. For without space, there would be nothing here to experience itself. There would be no you and I. There would be no this and that. These things are part of the creation of space. Yes, the creation of space. Look into how all that blooms or manifests comes forth out of this space. This space is a space of eternal manifestation, and this is one of the powerful tools and understandings that you can learn of and become familiar with as you play in the field of what you call manifestation. Yes, you are asking if you may share this. This is funny because as I was listening, I was thinking, can I share this? And I was putting my focus on this. And they say, yes, you are asking if you may share this, but we insist you keep with us and allow the full vision to be felt across and within your forehead. You see how the focus and experience shifts as you try to engage your mind. So as I was trying to engage my mind, this is a great learning for those who are channeling. You can experience channeling in so many different ways. And right now it's beginning to expand, and I'm beginning to see in a different kind of vision. And so they're giving me some pointers on how to stay in this new way of viewing, new way of vision. Okay. It says you see how to focus. You see how the focus and experience shifts as you try to engage your mind. Yes, simply be with us in the depth. So I had to bring myself back into the depth of myself. Like I literally feel it inside my mind. Yes, do not try to move through anything. This will be natural as intelligence simply opens to you. This is fine-tuning your experience. And once again, we will guide you through some of this fine-tuning which we speak of. So if any of you are like, what does channeling have to do with the body system? Everyone experiences channeling in different ways, but in my experience of being on this earth, I've really tried to embody. I really try to experience the senses and how this is connected to my body. inevitably it needs to be connected to the body in order for the translation to occur, if that makes any sense. So I'm coming back, and it says, you are now seeing into a new star system being born. You are seeing into the essence of it, and it reminds you of what you see within the female of your species as new life is formed. Yes, this is a direct mirror of how this quote unquote space works for you. This combination of consciousness and the way in which two forms made possible to know themselves through space. So, two people or forms or entities having their identity through space may come together, split, and then create something new. They get to meet each other and together combine, splitting and creating new life. This mirroring and repetition of selves as they create themselves is intelligence beyond what is seen. Inherently, it's fulfilling its innate contextual desire for expansion and growth. So this is what they're showing me, is this expansion and growth. For those of you who do not have children, this may manifest in you through ideas and new experiences, or a synthesis of many lives into one. Right now, there is much synthesis happening due to events occurring within space. Not only are we in expansiveness, but we are also in a congealing or alchemic process of re-identification on a large scale. So it's saying not only do we expand, but as we expand, we come to know ourselves more in the singular sense of I. The singular sense of I is creating a new identity, is going through this alchemic process. This fifth sphere of, this is a natural progression as people enter into the experience or focus their awareness on what is termed the fifth dimension or the fifth sphere of existence. This fifth sphere of existence is built into most of the adaptable life experience in this space. We will not go into the exceptions at this time, for this is not the focus of the sharing. We are talking about space, and space may be spoken of in simple terms. Space is what allows you to be. Space is also a matrix or fabric in which you can experience yourself in. For instance, if you lived on the ocean, you would be experiencing yourself in a whole different way than if you lived in a metropolitan area. Space is a huge part of one's story, and people may find, develop, and nurture a space where they thrive in. This is a part of the power that you possess as one who has choice and creative power. No matter how small that choice seems, it is there. And as you are with the choice that you do have, you may use it to your own benefit. This innate choice is the choice of what you pay attention to and invest in within your life. From being able to pay attention to the breath and honoring and listening to what arises within and without you, to even focusing on your movement, then all the way up to where you spend your time and who with and what you speak of or explore. All of these things are part of your choice and can be enjoyed and nurtured within your natural, unique expressions. We encourage you to own these choices, not to point out that you should be doing something that another is doing, but simply to point out where your true choice and creativity lies. We ask you to find what is of interest to you and what sparks your light and curiosity. You may access these things in many different ways, but the more you find and create this quote unquote kernel space, which we spoke of and inspired within your mind, Gwen, the more you may use it to breathe life into yourself. Breathe the space, which is supportive and nurturing into your life. So they're talking about breath, which is an important aspect of space and space within the body, how you can experience it. And this term kernel space, which is a part of what I'm writing right now in this text about space. Now, it's so interesting that they brought it up. It's called the kernel space. And so it's interesting that they bring it back to this little space of you being with yourself, with you as the seed, which I talked about before, this spark that's within you, this light that lights up as you become interested or your natural curiosity gets piqued and you want to experience something specific or explore in some way. So they talk about that. Everyone has different requirements of space. And as we honor each other's requirements for space, we all bloom and develop greater capacities of our own investment, which we then can share with others. One can instantly see the benefit by seeing what people have created as they have taken time to honor their own inner desires and found space to experiment, create, and then share. An important aspect in creating space is to recognize it being of benefit to all, not as a space to run away from all. As you develop these spaces of play within your life, always dedicate them to the whole and be quote unquote selfish in how you claim it not only for your health, but for the health of the whole. So this was really good for me because a lot of people will say, I can't take care of myself. I've got to take care of my family, or I've got to take care of all of these places, things, and so on and so forth. But they really talk about identifying and connecting a link that a space for you and your inner exploration is actually a benefit for all. And as you come in with that attitude, that the space can be claimed in a better way for yourself. So I love that. They say, allow this space to be adaptable and approachable so others won't see it as a threat or a space that they may not enter or be a part of. For it is always good to have a space which you may invite others in to play with. This play is simply an opening to experience yourself in the many ways that you are and can be. So this wonder, this what if, a space to access new intelligence or expressions of you, of who you are, and bring it forward into your life. We're almost done. This was a really cool thing, and I wanted to share it with everyone. So there is more to this, but this is some of the meat that we feel is important to share with people. You can delve into some of the specifics or ways people may see into the mechanics of this, but you have a firm grasp on the different topics, and what you have written already is a good summary of the topic. It is okay to speak of the inner and outside space, but then recognize the entrance point is that the space allows us to be who we are. It's simple and easy. They talk to me about how I like to go into and feel into the complexity of things, but they say, but as you have requested, you wanted an entrance point that people can understand. So we leave this with you and wish you the best in your further writing. So, and they say here, which was really funny, it says, oh, when people ask who or what you are, you may simply say, they are you, just in the different realms. And then they say, see, so easy, so simple. We dance an easy dance. So this is from the collective. This is something so sweet. And I wanted to express this to you also simply because how amazingly useful channeling can be. This is me wanting to share with people about how to enter into the world of, of them having their inner play. And it's really, really cool for me to say, okay, I want this to be accessible to people so that people can enter into this in an easy way and they can open up to some new understanding surrounding space and how it may serve them. And so I'm really, really happy for getting that experience of channeling. It's been 25 minutes. This might be my live session for this week. I have so much that I'm working on, including this writing for this class. If you're interested in this class, make sure you have liked and subscribed, and so that you can get notifications. And I'll try to be informing people of when this class will be up. We'll be doing a group class on Zoom, and we'll be doing some split out portions in it. It's going to be really great. And I'm looking forward to sharing this with people. So a lot of the esoteric things that were just shared there are not going to be in it. They're going to be shared in a simple manner, but there will be practical experiences and tools to use as you create space for yourself. And also there are different other areas that we'll be talking about, such as we'll be talking about, let's see, oh gosh, my main mind goes blank. There's 5 different areas. Grounding is the last. There's other things that are great. That's what I'll leave you with. There's other things that are great. Please feel free to let me know if you're interested in that. And I would love to hear your comments on what the collective said. If you were confused, what question do you have? All of that is good. If you had a question you would want to ask, that would be cool. I'm currently looking at some places locally that I'll be doing some classes or sharing. So it would be fun to show up, do some reading, and then actually answer some questions through the guides. That would be really fun. If you're interested, let me know. And I'll be leaving this with you in love. As always, I'm going to leave you with the statement and challenge. And the statement and challenge is for you to own your own stage and play on. Much love. Bye-bye.